Hello, students. Welcome to English Learning class today, and our topic is a poem "Confessions of a Born Spectator," written by Ogden Nash. So, this poem is written in a very special things, that is a confession. Now, confession means that you have done something mistake and you are confessing in front of your God or in front of anyone whom do you believe so much. And why is our poet confessing? The reason that he is a born spectator. Spectator means an audience. So, to become an audience is a mistake, is an error of life, is a wrong decision of life. Why so? Yes, see that in the poem. One infant grows up and becomes a jockey, another plays basketball or hockey. This one, the prize ring heads to enter, that one becomes a tackle or center. I'm glad, as glad can be, that I'm not of them, that they are not me. With all my heart I do admire athletes who swayed for fun or hire, who take the field in gaudy pomp and maim each other as they romp. My limp and bashful spirit feeds on other people's heroic deeds. Yes. So what happens here? So when we are infant, we always want to become a player, and we want to lead that. We want to do in action. We want to be in. We want to be jump there where there is an action. And player is like that, to give something to your team or individually to fulfill your target. So here is jockey means here in a playing. You are playing as a role. Another plays basketball or hockey. Yes. So they are playing. This one, the prize ring heads to enter. Here ring is only remembering about the wrestling ring. So there also they are player. One becomes a tackle or center. By tackle, our poet is remembering about the tackle. Center means in football or basketball. You can think so many other players there. So I have named only two of them. So what about them? They are all player, and from the infant you want to become a player. What's the difference here in the poet? I'm just glad as glad can be. If you are thinking about an happy person, then this happy person is me. Why? That I am not them, that they are not me. So I am not them, I am not the player. I'm an audience and I'm happy to be. Why? Because they are not me. They are a player. They are not the audience. So an audience cannot become a player, and player cannot become an audience. But everybody tries to become a player. Nobody wishes from his childhood to become an audience. Remember your thought also. You want to become a player, not an audience. Have you thought about it? If you thought, then you have a very challenging idea. Just like our poet. With all my heart I do admire athletes who wait for fun or hire. Yes, he admires. There is a no quarrelsome thing, or there is a no hating from our poet's mind about the players. So he admires the players' deeds, what the players do. They sweat, they run, they struggle, they also struggle in pain. That is admirable very much, and for that they are hired for fun. Who take the field in gaudy pomp with their one strength, they romp in the field. They become the hero in the field, and they show their strength, their strategy, how to beat the opponent and to become the winner. They show that and maim each other as they romp. So when they are showing themselves, they're romping, they maim each other, they play the strategy against each other. My limp and bashful spirit feeds on other people's heroic deeds. So, what about my condition? Yes, when these things are going on, our adrenaline comes out mostly, and we feel that yes, we will win, we have to fulfill our target. But what about the audience? Our poet is an audience, and he is thinking that by seeing those players he is fulfilling his own satisfaction, and he is fulfilling his spirit and feeding his spirit on other people's heroic deeds. He doesn't want to be a hero. Never. He doesn't want to become a hero. But he is seeing those players who are playing and fulfilling and satisfying his own mind. So he is very proud to become an audience. Now, A runs 90 years to score, B knocks the champion to the floor, C, risking vertebrae and spins, lashes his steed, cross the line. You'd think my ego it would please to swap positions with one of these. Well, ego it might be pleased enough, but zealous athletes play so rough. They do not ever in their dealings consider one another's feelings. I'm glad that when my struggle begins twixt prudence and ego, prudence wins. So here, our poet is talking about a race where A is running just 90 years to become the first, where B is knocking the champion into the floor. He's trying his hard to knock the champion. C still in the third position, risking his vertebrae to become the first, and spins. He is running too fast, risking his vertebrae. His vertebrae can have some pain, a major pain, but still is trying his best. Why? Because they want the first position. So the player's spirit is like that. You'd think my ego it would please to swap positions with one of these. Swap means that swapping your position, changing your position, just like you are sitting in the audience and you are thinking, if I would be there, what would be like that? I would beat that first one and I would become the first. You would think, means our poet is thinking to us, means we may think that our poet is also doing like that. No, our poet doesn't want to become like that, and he is not that in a condition that he wants to swap the position in his mind also, not by physically, it's in his mind also. He doesn't want to swap the position. He is good or better or best where he is as an audience. Well, ego it might be pleased enough. Yes, ego can be pleased. But zealous athletes play so rough. Zealous means here wants to go to the top, or ambitious. Every player is ambitious because you have to win. So when your mind is only thinking about your win, then everyone becomes the zealous, not the jealous. It's zealous. They do not ever in their dealings consider one another's feelings. So they do not consider one another's feelings when they are dealing with the winning. So if you have only winning just in front of me, will you deal with anyone's pain or anything? You will beat. If in a wrestling match, you will beat your opponent. Do you think that how much pain the opponent is taking? No. Or how much pain he has? No, you will not think. You will only go to the top. You have to become the winner. So you will not consider one another feelings. I'm glad that when my struggle begins twixt prudence and ego, also there is a struggle begins in, maybe there is struggle begins in your mind also, in our poet's mind it's going on, that prudence or ego, prudence or ego. Prudence, what is that? There is a slight difference, prudence and ego. Ego is that you are thinking to become, but physically you are taking yourself backward. Means you are thinking to become that person, but you are not physically doing that. But prudence is you are stopping your feelings also. Means you are not thinking also. Okay? So there, when the struggle is going on, then the prudence wins, not the ego. Ego means here he is thinking and he is not going by physically. But prudence means here he is not thinking about to swap the positions or to become the player even in his dream. Okay, so here the struggle also becomes in our mind, but as he is a born spectator, he wants to prove himself even in his dream, even in his thinking. He doesn't want to become a player, and he is proud to become an audience. Okay, so read up to there. We will continue in our next video, and we will discuss about this in the live class. Bye bye.